As you go down here, there's the William Morris Society Museum. The famous William Morris quote of, "Don't have anything in your house that you don't know to be useful or believe to be beautiful." I like that. That appeals to the engineer in me as well. That. Apparently, the first phrase I ever came up with, which I think to my parents' regret wasn't mummy or daddy, folklore, family folk, was "how's it does." Bear in mind it was Manchester. I go, "How's it does." I used to look at things and "how's it does." And actually even now, I can't do anything in life if I don't know how it works. I never say I'm an engineer, I always say I'm a systems engineer, because actually what I've always been interested in is how systems work. It's not just that the science works and the thing does what it does, it's does it do what it does when you put a human into the system? Just being able to pull the cogs apart, if you like, and show how they're geared, as an analogy, I think is useful. I think society depends on that. I'm always struck that we put a man on the moon with a team running at Houston. I think their average age was 23. And when they were asked, weren't you overawed by this? And they said we were too young to know that we were doing the impossible. Well, I went to university at 17, employed by the Air Force, so it was useful to have an engineering degree when you're doing some of the higher-end test flying and very interesting technologies, and then stayed there for 39 years. And it is a bit of a character flaw, because you assume that life that can be easy like that. But one of the things the services does do well, actually, is simplify some essential life skills for quite a lot of people. Discussing why here and the walk, and the fact that you can do a 7-mile walk and every 200 yards is different. You can come out, the sun comes up, and you're back and do your day, and you've had a 2-hour walk and cleared the mind. And it's just that mixture of the way the urban becomes this, where you can feel the history. I suppose as you get older, you get more interested in the past. And I think there's definitely something you look back and realise there were certain gifts at the time that, because you didn't know any better, you rather took for granted. And part of the reason of being happy to do this is that because life can be tough, and a very good friend of mine killed himself in 2005, and that still resonates. And go through that, try and explain it, and then you realise you can't explain it, and you realise that life can be tough. On the other side of it, and this is why it's useful to come here, stay and walk down, I think one of the ways around that is being able to place yourself in your context. So life isn't just up, eat 3 meals, sleep, repeat. And that probably is why there is that people have that longing to understand their lineage and where they are. You know where you are in the place. And if you can do something while you're here that allows future generations to enjoy that too. I think if you can look back on all these things you've done in your life and put some meaning in them, and knows I suppose that's that's the balance there, isn't it? My mother had a penchant for Sanderson's prints, William Morris designs. Pretty much every curtain in the house was, and therefore Saturdays, Brent Cross Shopping Centre, looking at curtain material, again. And yet now, of course, we dive into it. I'm fascinated, and now I think it's great. Here I am, in the William Morris thing, buying William Morris mugs and what have you as gifts of people for Christmas.